Hey everybody. Thought I'd prepare a little video to try to describe the idea of what a charter is and what the purpose is. I know that it might be a little bit new to some of you. Um, so what I'd really like to do is the first advice I give you is let the template be the guide. Bianca's edited the template to eliminate some sections that probably weren't necessary for this effort and added some details that are more relevant to our agile efforts on this on these projects. So take a look at the template, follow along, but I'm going to include here a video that was part of the regular PM training that describes what a charter is. So I hope it's helpful and hope it helps you with your projects in this agile effort. Thanks.
The first process group is initiation, and initiation really sets the foundation for your project. The main goal of initiation is to get the project sponsor and the project manager on the same page about what the project is. And at this point, it's about what the end product is and what you're trying to produce from the project. At the start, the sponsor may have been going through budget issue papers or strategic planning to develop what the project is, but their concept may not be completely developed. And that's where a project manager comes in. It's an opportunity for the project manager to learn everything that the sponsor has in their head about the project and to make sure they're on the same page and that when they do start the project, they're producing what that sponsor wants. So now that you've set common expectations for the project, it's time to document those expectations. And the deliverable that's used to document that is the project charter. And in the framework, there's a template for you to use. It'll walk you through this. But in general, the characteristics of a charter, it's a high-level definition of the project. And when I say the project, I primarily mean the products that are going to be produced by the project. It's not really the work that's going to be done to produce those products, but it's the actual end result that you're looking for from a project. At this point in time, it's generally a top-down estimate. It may be a sponsor's initial determination of the budget based on similar projects, or there may be a small amount of engineering or design work to figure out ballpark estimates for the project, but it's not a bottom-up approach yet. The general approach is defined in the charter. Are you going to contract out the work? Do you need consultant support? And where do you need that? And will it be a phased project? Those types of things. Who are the main stakeholders? So the sponsor has ideas about who is important to include in the project and involve in the project. And those are typically defined in the project charter. So the project manager understands who they need to involve and how to work to produce this project. The governance structure, basically the org chart for the project. Are you going to have a steering committee? Are you going to have a stakeholder committee? All of these things are documented in the charter. And in the framework, we have definitions for when you might want a steering committee and what they do and when it would be appropriate to apply it to your project. The last key component of the project charter is documenting the authority structure for the project. The framework defines roles and responsibilities to some extent, but the charter presents an opportunity for you to tailor the decision-making to fit your project. Each project's unique, involving different teams, stakeholders, and circumstances. Some project sponsors may want tighter controls and more frequent check-ins with the project manager. The project may be politically sensitive, so the sponsor may want to be more closely involved in day-to-day decisions. On other projects, the sponsor and project manager may have worked together on many projects in the past. In these instances, the sponsor may delegate some of the decision-making to the project manager. The charter is your opportunity to clarify expectations so that everyone's on the same page as you begin the project. So once you've worked with the project sponsor to define the project using the project charter, an important step is getting that sponsor to approve the charter and getting them to sign off. And really, this creates the handoff from the project sponsor to the project manager. It says, yep, this is the project I want delivered, and I'm giving you authority to go work with your project team to deliver this project. The final deliverable of the initiation process group is forming a project team. In the next step, the project manager works with that project team to develop a project plan. So this is one final important step in initiation, is building that team to do the work that you set out to do in that chart.
So that training was really focused on a normal project where we're starting initiation and we're rolling right into planning. It's a little different what we're doing today, or for these sprints, and we're not expecting to really roll into planning right away. It's really just setting the stage for when we're ready to go. They have a good charter to work with. They might need to fine tune a few things. And then move on into planning. So if I was to kind of look at this list, yeah, high level definition, great. Top down estimates, yeah, that's eventually what we want to get to. General approach, maybe. You might want to say where consultant support might be needed or what the contracting approach is, but you might not have that for your project. Stakeholders, I think, is definitely important. Who are the key players? What are their interests in the project? These last two bits, governance, structure, and authority, probably best left to when we're actually going to start planning, because these are really about how we're internally going to deliver the project and what controls we have in place and how that sponsor and the PM are going to work together on a project. So, what else? Also, forming a project team, we're not going to have that information yet. We might have key players identified, but we don't need to go through the full forming of a project team at this point. So that's my thoughts on these sprints and this agile approach to developing charters. Hope it helps, and good luck.